Are you a young person who thinks they can have opinions about Generation X? As the menopausal chicken would say, fuck off! Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchen Boutique!
We may be awful, but we're right. But
Anyway.
Did you see him? Can you see him on the bed?
Is he's still super sleepy?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet baby.
Yesterday was so weird. It's like, he came home, he napped.
Yeah.
And then I took him out to pee. And then after that, he was just pacing the house and just like standing in the middle of the hallway, staring into space.
Well,
And then he'd go in the kitchen.
He's still drugged.
Yeah, and he would just stand in the kitchen and stare into space. Like,
well, he's tripping balls.
I know.
Joxer is tripping balls.
And Mom was
my God.
very upset by it. And I'm like, he's fine.
He is. I know.
Recovering from anesthesia, and he's probably in pain, you know.
I mean, he may not be in much pain as long as he doesn't accidentally like try to scratch the top of his head or something.
Yeah, but I just
Poor
remember
baby with
from
his
like
boo-boo.
when I had that tooth extraction. God damn it, the recovery was painful. And I don't know how that translates to dogs, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean I don't like thinking about it, but like the last tooth that had to come out on Spike, they had to just hold him down and pull it.
Oh.
And he was so... But his previous tooth, he pulled out himself with like his dew claw.
Oh, I remember that.
Like all of a sudden I'm going to give him his medicine and it's like, dude, where's your tooth? Where's your little toothy?
I remember that. That's so funny. He was like, this is bothering me. I'm pulling it out.
Yeah, it's so crazy. We just found it on the floor. And it's just very weird. But yeah. But, you know, he was so happy once he was toothless. He was so happy. Yeah. And like I told you yesterday, toothless dog means puppy breath, which means you will never not want him to kiss you because he has puppy breath again.
Oh, I know, because, it was bad.
Oh, believe me, I know what stinky dog breath
Oh, it was really bad. Yeah. Like, he would yawn.
Yeah. And
he'd be, like, the other side of the bed, and I could smell it. I'd be like, oh, my God.
Oh, yes. Yes. It's like literal rotten mouth. Yeah. Nasty. Anyway.
Doesn't it remind you of the worst person alive?
Oh, Schmeckle, who smelled like used dental floss. Oh, Schmeckle. Yes. Memories. Memories of disgusting filth.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm excited about our topic today because I have a lot to say about it.
Oh my God. Yeah, me too.
Me too, for sure. You sent me the video, I will let you start it off.
I will. But first, before we go into the topic, I do want to very, very quickly say that if you're a longtime listener, but maybe you haven't been paying too close of attention, or maybe you've just forgotten, or if you're a new listener, hello, you might be wondering, what the fuck? Pitney and Amelia, what the fuck? I mean, all this stuff is going on and you guys aren't talking about it. Yeah, that's on purpose. So politics, the kinds of current events that are, news, we pretty much spent all last year talking about almost nothing but that. Mm-hmm. And we made a decision, for those who don't remember or didn't know, that this year we're talking about everything else, but not that.
Yeah.
Because, and it's, the farther we get into this year, the farther we get into 2026, the more I'm glad that we did that, because I know that I am making a point of looking for, media of whatever type that does not remind me of the shithole
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
that things, the gesturing at the entire world. So, yeah. So that's just a reminder.
Yeah, and
That
and it's like we are called the Bitchen Boutique. So to me, our show should be you're going into a fabulous, fantastical thrift store.
/ beauty
The
salon.
Bitchin' Boutique that is completely escaped from reality.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
there you
it's
go.
still reality, but it's reality filtered through us. And it's
Yes.
reality that is relatable and silly and lots of laughing and whatnot because you know, you're welcome. We're giving
Yeah.
you an hour or so to just not think about those things.
Yeah. Step into the Bitchin' Boutique and pretend that the orange monster does not exist. Isn't that nice?
Oh.
Yes.
And even though we're not going to be talking about it, there might be a day, hopefully extremely soon, where there might be a grave we want to dance on or something. And
Oh, we'll
I'm
definitely
pretty
talk about that if that
oh,
happens.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's a chance we might even try to do some kind of live stream dance party for anyone who wants to join. You know, uh, we'll figure that out anyway.
Yes.
So as I move my arm and put my elbow on the armrest, it reminds me that our general theme of this episode is about being old, feeling old, whatever. I personally, I face planted on my driveway yesterday. And
I know you texted me that, and I've been meaning to ask you, like, how you were. Did you, like, skin your knee, or...
I skinned my elbow,
Oh,
which is why it hurts. I also have I'm going to say bruised rib. I don't know how to explain what's going on with my ribs, but it just kind of means that if I move or breathe, it kind of hurts. The occasional very sharp pain. But it's just, the older you are, the more likely that when you fall down, your entire body goes, nope, we're not doing that.
don't you remember, though,
And
when we
yeah.
were kids, we would just, like, fall down roller skating or fall off our bikes or whatever the fuck? And it was like, oh, okay, well, now, oh, okay. And then it just didn't matter. Oh, hell no, not now.
I mean, my memories of falling down are all painful,
Oh, okay.
but I'm sure that I would have fallen down, hit a curb on my bike, or I also didn't really play outside, and I definitely didn't climb up on things because scared little kid who stayed away from all things and all people. So I didn't have a lot of opportunities to fall down and hurt
Oh,
myself.
yeah. I remember one time riding my bike and not paying attention because I was probably fucking with my Walkman.
Oh, so
And
you were
running
older then.
into a parked car on my street.
Ow.
And I fell badly. And I just got up and I was totally fine. God, if I did that now, I'd have to be in the hospital for a week.
Oh my god. I mean, I almost crawled back up to the house. I just and I had so many errands to run yesterday, and so I ended up having to wait and do them this morning, which adds to another thing about being old, which is, my special menopause medicine stuff that I have that, last fall when I got my first prescription of it, it was like free because my insurance fucking covered it. And I don't, how whenever it's a new year, there's always some kind of weird change and you just like hit you out of
Oh,
nowhere.
yes, and I don't like any
So
of it.
I still don't have my refill on my medication because, uh, on the one hand, 3 months ago, free, $0. And now it's, like $800. And that's
Oh
with
my God.
insurance covering it. So now I'm having to jump through hoops of getting on a special program with the company that makes it, that gives me a little card that gives me like a patient number so that I can possibly get it for $30. It's like, if that's possible, then why don't you just sell it for $30?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You motherfuckers. Like, this makes no fucking sense. But it's all part of being old, So, like, we're Gen X. We're Gen X big time. And we are, like, loudly and proudly Gen X to the point of, fuck you, we're Gen X.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure a lot of our listeners are, but, some of you might be younger. But something really pissed me off the other day, and it was a video that I sent to Pitney, and I was like, this fucking fetus, this tadpole, who's making a video, thinking, oh my God, he's so fucking smug, with his stupid little twink face, and he thinks that he is gonna tell us something. And his whole thing was that apparently he had made a video. He starts off with, you saw my video about millennials. It's like, nobody saw your fucking video, whoever the fuck you are.
Right.
Nobody knows who you are, you useless bit of skin. But, he's like, so I had my video about millennials. And then I found out that Gen X is the same way. So I'm gonna say to everyone who's Gen X, even though you think you do, you don't look like you're 20. And it's like,
oh, I know. Oh.
There isn't a single Gen X person anywhere in the world who thinks they look 20.
Oh, hell no.
And I don't know what this guy thinks he's talking about. I mean, he's just being like, is it the way we dress? Is it the way we talk? Is it the way we color our hair? Whatever. It's like, it has nothing to do with being Gen X, except in the fuck you, we're Gen X attitude. But
I do think, though, that Gen Xers, at least me, I think we're the first generation that hasn't bought into the bullshit of age appropriate.
I think that's true.
I wear whatever the fuck I want. I still paint my nails. I still go to cons. I still do all the things that are not age appropriate, but that's just me, and that's what I'm always going to do. Now, that being said, I do remember, when the asshole died and I had inherited all that money.
Yeah.
I remember I had taken part of it just so I could spend a year going crazy, which I did, and it was fabulous. Yeah. I remember, God, and that was, 15 years ago?
Was it?
So I was like, it was 2007 when he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, I do remember, going to the mall, and I was totally enamored with this store called Buckle, which I don't think exists anymore.
Oh, God.
But
yeah,
I did buy quite a bit of items there, but at the same time, other items that I saw, I was like, no, I will look stupid. Because these are obviously for 18-year-olds.
Sure.
And I would not
Sure.
buy those. But that being said, I did buy things that maybe people would have thought age inappropriate, but they made me feel good and I looked fabulous. And you know what? I'd wear those
Right.
to the bar in San Antonio and I would get laid. So, yeah.
Sure. And that's the thing. Like, I remember one time, this would have been, God, it was when I started that one job. So let's see, our training, this would have been like late in, like, say 2006.
Yeah.
I had started a new position at work, and so it was like this little group, and this woman, I don't remember her last name, but her name was Mary Jane.
Of course it
and goddamn, oh, if only you could see Mary Jane. If only I had a picture. But one day she just walks up to me. Okay, I'll preface it by saying this. There was a period, way back then, would be like in the middle of it, where I was like looking and feeling really good. Like, I had sort of a second puberty in my 30s, and it sort of changed the way, like, you know, and I was taking dance classes and I was doing all this other stuff, but my body was like fucking banging.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I wasn't 20, but I looked real good for a while. And I was and the thing is, I've never been skinny, not even for a minute, but I was feeling really cute for a while. And this bitch, comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, Amelia, how old are you?" And I guess, okay, we'll just say it was 2006. So what would I have been? 45? When did I turn 40?
Oh, you know, I can't do math.
I turned 50 in 2019. So I would have turned 40 in 2009. So I would have been in my late 30s.
Yeah.
So I was, 37.
Yeah.
It's math. It's hard. So I'll just say 37. And she goes, "Oh, so old enough to know that you shouldn't wear shirts that show off your belly."
Oh, God, for real? Oh, what a bitch.
Yeah. And, you know, if this happened now, I was still a people pleaser and very quiet and whatever back then.
I was going to say, did you slap her and then call her a cunt?
I didn't, but what was in my head was, oh, that's so interesting. You know, I wasn't aware that Garanimals made clothes for adults. Don't spit your coffee out. Because that's basically how she dressed, like a patterned, loose-fitting top in polyester, and then polyester pants that, like, she might have had 3 pairs of pants that all matched the colors in the top.
Oh, God.
You know, so she took the tiger and matched it to the tiger.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Garanimals. Garanimals were the shit when we were kids. But what a complete and utter cunt. Because the fact was that I dressed the way I was dressing at that time because I looked good and I felt good.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about, I wasn't wearing
not?
like, it's like this was during a period where the waistband of jeans had started to go way down, so that like young girls were walking around barely covering their pubes, assuming they had any, because their waistband was so low. And so I certainly wasn't doing that. But it was, the waistband on my jeans was just below my belly button. My belly button, which used to be really cute before I had the surgery that completely changed it. It was one of the worst things about that surgery was what happened to my belly button. It used to be cute. But the other thing was that, you know, I would wear like these little like baby doll cut tops that were like curvy and they might just touch the waistband. So sometimes they'd be up and you might see an inch of stomach maybe. Yeah. I wasn't like wearing halter tops and
I was gonna say,
and,
it's
like,
not like you were
hot
like
pants.
Gwen Stefani running around in a sports bra. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it just, I mean, but the thing is, it's like, I think no matter what age I've been, I mean, there's been ages where I really wanted to dress certain ways and I didn't.
Yeah.
Because either I was under control of someone else or whatever, that's just, but once I got to a point where I can do whatever I want, I'm gonna fucking do whatever I want. Like, if I'm wearing it, you better believe it's because I want to.
Oh yeah, and I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah. And it's like, even though, for example, back when What Not to Wear was on, we were very into the idea of submitting certain people that we knew for what not to wear, because there's certain people who are just, their personal style is insane. But when I would think about, like, I would talk to my mother about it, really. Like, we would talk about, because we both loved the show, but we both totally agreed, if anyone submitted me for that show, I would never speak to them again. Because how dare you think you have the right to tell me what to wear? Like, I did not survive my 20s to come out on the other side worrying about what people think of my outfit.
Oh, I know. I'm the same way. And I don't even know. I remember, and this is going to preface what I'm going to say.
Okay.
But the weirdest fucking thing, because, I am a queen,
A little bit,
I
yes.
mean, the way I move, the way I talk, I'm just a queen. And I'm fine with that. But the way that I used to dress, and maybe I still do, I've had people tell me back then that I looked like a skater or a skate punk or a frat boy, and I'm like, so no. But anyway,
Right.
I remember being in Charlie's one time, and
Gay
I was wearing,
Austin
my
gay bar.
usual, probably shorts, Converse, and a Kiss t-shirt. I remember I was wearing a Kiss t-shirt.
Probably, yes. Probably, yes.
And this guy had come up to me and he was like, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, yes.
I'm in the middle of a gay bar, so probably.
Like, yes. And he's like, "Oh, it's so awesome to see you in here because we just don't get people like you in here."
Oh my God. Now,
Because
Charlie's wasn't the place I ever
of the way
hung out,
was
so
dressed.
I don't know.
And I'm like, have you not heard me talk? Did you not see me dance to Madonna even though I'm wearing my Kiss t-shirt? You know what I mean? It was so
But, like,
funny.
who were the type of people who hung out at Charlie's back then? Because I didn't hang out there, so I don't know.
God, it was everything. From young twink to old fart leather queen and drag queens and everything in between.
It wasn't like Oil Cans where it was where all the straight acting gays went.
No, it wasn't that shit.
Those fucking assholes.
But it was interesting though, because I remember at the time, I mean, just because that's just how I was. That's how it was my lifestyle, right?
Right.
I remember, like, wondering if this was age appropriate or not to still dress like, I'm a 19-year-old college student, because that's how I dressed.
Sort of.
But it was fine. It was fine.
But see, that's the thing. Like, even if we're dressing in a style that someone would think is young, we're still not wearing what they would be wearing, because a 19-year-old wouldn't have been wearing a Kiss shirt.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I'm not walking around in, like, K-pop Demon Hunters. Not that I wouldn't. But, I could be weird and, like, pull out my old Ryoko shirt from Tenchi Muyo and have random people just look at me, wonder what the hell, who that is. Because It's not in any anime that they know.
Oh my god, I wish I still had my Tenchi shirt. Oh, I don't, it's long gone.
My Ryoko shirt was so cute. I used to love to wear it because that was back when anime was not, I mean, like, there was barely Sailor Moon back then.
And even when you and me were really getting into anime, technically we were too old for it.
Oh, 100%. Oh, God. Because it was us and a bunch of 16-year-olds.
We were too old for it. But I did not give a damn because I loved it.
But I still can appreciate it, but I don't love it anymore because I don't understand anything that for the people are into now.
Oh, I don't keep up with any of it anymore. But I know we were too old for that fandom, but we sure were really involved in it.
We were fabulous.
And it was fun.
I mean...
And nobody judged us.
No, I think but then again, that's like fandom really is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a small enough niche group of people who are just thrilled that anyone else likes the thing that they like. Like, you wouldn't dare have an attitude because if they like, you know, Dragon Half, or I don't know why that's the first thing. Actually, Ranma was the first thing because we're old.
Oh my god, I have not thought about Dragon Half in years. I think I still have the burned CDs of the AVIs of Dragon Half.
Oh my god! I just remember the intro to Dragon Half with the little girl doing her little dance with her little tail.
Oh my god, I hadn't thought about that either.
So cute. So cute.
Welcome to the Pop Culture Diary, where we talk trends, gossip, and throwbacks. Each week, we flip through the pop culture pages of the past, from the 1980s through the 2010s. Remember the neon fashion, the Tamagotchi craze, the boy band mania, and the TV shows we all rushed home to watch? How about the celebrity scandals, the blockbuster movies, the chart-topping hits, and the toys we begged for every Christmas? We'll revisit the fads that defined us, the headlines that shocked us, and the guilty pleasures we secretly still love. From Walkmans to Wi-Fi, from shoulder pads to skinny jeans, from the mall to MySpace. If it had us talking, laughing, or gossiping, it's in the diary. So if you're ready to relive the moments that shaped decades of pop culture, hit subscribe and join me as we flip back the pages and rediscover the trends, gossip, and throwbacks we'll never forget. This is the Pop Culture Diary.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. And I'm really interested to see what you're gonna say.
Okay.
As far as age appropriateness and style.
Oh, God.
So I have a friend in Portland. Let's just say her name is Nadine.
Okay.
Nadine.
Nadine.
I don't know why I think that's so funny. Anyway.
Nadine.
So Nadine is... Let's see. I'm 58. I think Nadine is 57.
Okay.
And she still spends 24/7, 365 dressed like she's going to the goth club in 1987.
I mean, part of me...
part of me thinks it's fabulous.
But it's fabulous. Right, exactly.
Part of me thinks that it's limiting. And I don't even know if that's really... age appropriate or is it just limiting. Because some people in our age group are definitely stuck in an era where it may not be appropriate.
But, okay.
But then again, on the other hand,
is it just how she dresses?
Why the fuck not? Because who the fuck cares and why the fuck not? You know?
Right. I mean, I don't know her, so I don't know what her life is and what her interests are, and that could just be how she dresses, or it could be that she only listens to music that came out in a certain time
she
period.
refuses to listen to new music. Even, for example, last year when The Cure came out with their album in 2025, which
God,
is
okay.
really fabulous, by the way. She refused to
no
listen to it because it was released after 1990. I'm like, girl, it's a band that you love. And they have like 10 records that you haven't listened to.
Oh my God. I mean...
So, like, what is age appropriate and what is weird generational, like... You know what I mean? I was just curious of what you thought about that.
I mean, if it's...
Because I'm mixed.
If it's someone... If it's what she likes, it's what she likes, and I'm not going to tell her not to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, I have issues with people picking one very specific thing and making that their personality. Sometimes I think that people who are a little too easy to describe because, you know, goth girl from 1990 and she's been that way since 1990 and that's all you have to know. If someone is that easy to categorize, they must not be very interesting.
Yeah, I
think that's true of anyone.
Mental health of it, but I don't think the video that you sent me was indicating that. I think the video you sent me
that was strictly
just indicating
age.
Young people being judgy assholes. But I was just curious about what you thought.
You know, the guy in the video. You know, the guy in the video was just some gay 19-year-old.
Oh yeah,
and the guy who looks at someone who's even just 10 years older than him, who's like, who's the old guy?
Oh, I know.
You know?
Oh,
but at the same time, now granted, it's not true now, but back when I was, you know, late 40s or even late 30s, there were times, of course, there were also in these classes, these dance classes that I took, I would occasionally have strangers walk up to me and ask me questions about when I studied ballet, which I never, ever did. But apparently I have such command of my body and I move so well.
You were so graceful and so fluid.
Well, I mean, and it's true. But I never, you know, but it's so amusing to me as a fat girl who's always been a fat girl, that anyone would assume that I was a ballerina.
That's
at some
fabulous.
But also, I had at least one person. One day I made some kind of comment about, you know, either when I graduated from high school or my age or whatever. And this one woman who was there, I mean, we'd been dancing together for years. And she goes, "Oh my God, I would have thought you were like just out of college." And I'm like, that's like 21, 22. And I'm like, thank you? But, oh my God, when I was just out of college, I had no idea who I was yet. You know, I was trying harder back then. I mean, that's the number one thing, I think, for most Gen X people, is there may have been a time when we were trying to present an identity to the world. But I think some of that is just being young. But I think a lot of people who are young don't realize they're doing this because they don't know themselves yet.
Oh, yeah.
Once you know who you fucking are and you know what you like, you cease to give a fuck. And that's what 20-year-olds don't understand.
Yeah, and I just think, like, the boomers, you know, not all of them, but most of them, by the time they were our age, they would be in, you know, the khaki pants and the golf shirts because that's what you have to wear at this age.
Well, and
You
that's the
can't
great thing
listen
about
to
boomers.
records that you used to like anymore, and you can't do this, and you can't. You know what I mean? That's so gross. But that's how
See,
it
and
used to be.
But like you and we had parents that were too old to be boomers, but we were the generation that we should have been the kids of boomers.
Oh,
Because we should have been the kids of hippies, but we weren't because our parents were old and square.
yeah.
But the people we went to school with, their parents, I mean, like in your case, I think of my family as being way off, but because like in your generation, your family, you're not just the youngest one. You're the youngest by at least 20 years.
Oh, my entire family, yeah. Cousins, yeah.
So like when most of your cousins, I have the hardest time. I can't think of them as my generation because they ain't Gen X.
Oh, no.
They're fucking boomers. But boomers, for the most part, when I think of a boomer, I think of someone who, like, grew up in, like, the fucking Eisenhower era, pre-segregation and, and, like, lived through civil rights things and whether or not they paid attention or not, like, depending on where they lived. But then, like, they became 18, 19, 20 years old, and that was, like, when hippies were a thing. Yeah. And then, 20 years later, that was who the yuppies were. Like, they were hippies, but then they were
I know,
yuppies.
It's so gross.
Like, they went from smoking pot to doing coke, but you have to make more money if you want to do coke.
Yeah, and to me,
you have to be that person.
And that's so not authentic. I think our generation is the first generation that has tried to remain authentic throughout our whole lives.
Yeah, and I think it's because we witnessed so much bullshit.
Because, I talk to my cousin Tammy now, and it's just weird talking to this conservative old lady that doesn't really have anything to do with the person that I knew for the first 20 years of my life. And she's 10 years older than me.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did you go?
Right. She was one of those people that got you into heavy metal.
Yeah. It's like, where did you go?
Introduced you to music. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just so weird, but our generation doesn't do that. We are still ourselves. And I think that's awesome.
I think for the most part, a lot of Generation X, because we were, like that one t-shirt I got, but it says, Generation X raised on hose water and neglect. And it's like, even though I wasn't a latchkey kid, even though I wasn't like, we weren't little kids with divorced parents like everyone we went to school with. We weren't, but it's like everybody, we were still kind of feral though. Mm-hmm. I mean, compared to kids now, like I know I always talk about things like trick-or-treating and stuff, but the idea of your kids going trick-or-treating, it's like, why are you going with them? You're the parent, you should be at home opening the door.
Oh, it's so weird.
Like, why are you driving your children to school?
Yeah.
Why can't they fucking walk?
Oh, I took the bus. I just remember, okay, Mom, I'm going to ride my bike to go visit Deborah because I wanted to see if I can ride that far. And she lived in Sunnyvale.
Oh, my God.
And Mom was like, oh, okay, be careful, bye.
Right.
That would be unheard of now.
Yeah.
And I think that's sad.
When my family, when we moved to San Jose, I was 9, and I remember that summer, my mom, like, driving through the neighborhood, trying to figure out the best route for me to walk to school. Yeah. Because that first time, it was like, you're going to have to walk to school, so I'm going to show you how to get there. And she figured out that any way through the neighborhood she went, it was going to be a mile anyway.
Yeah.
So it was up to me what way I wanted to go. But it was walking a mile to school and from school every day. And I'm 9. And I'm by myself.
And I think that's not a big deal, but that's unheard
It shouldn't be a
now.
big deal. Yes, I live right near a street that has an elementary, a middle school, and a high school, and elementary school and middle school kids are all being driven to school, and they're having to do all this construction on that road, not just to handle traffic, but they're putting in a special lane that's like kind of on the shoulder. They're reshaping the road because they need to have enough room for like 100 fucking cars to be just sitting there waiting to pick up their fucking kid. And it blows my mind. This woman one day posted on like the neighborhood Facebook group. I just happened to see it. She lives down the street from me. She can't be more than 5 blocks from the school.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, my car won't start. Can someone drive my kids to school?" And she happened to name, I live on blah blah. She lives on my street. And I wanted so bad to respond.
They could walk to school in 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's like I wanted so bad. It's hard to say, but it used to take me 20 minutes to walk a mile on my little 9-year-old legs. Yeah. It never took longer than 20 minutes to walk to school. And I wanted so bad to respond, why can't they walk? Don't they know where their school is? But I'm willing to bet they don't. I'm willing to bet those kids don't look out the window when their parents are driving.
Oh, I know.
So, there are things that are just commonplace for Gen X people that we don't have. Our memories are so utterly, utterly different. And granted, my parents' memories are so utterly, utterly different from mine too,
But the thing is like, us and our parents are right, and everybody younger is wrong.
I'm not going to go so far as to say my parents were right. I have things like, when my dad will just suddenly come out with, "Hey, did I ever tell you about the time I was in a minstrel show?"
I remember you telling me that.
Which comes at an interesting contrast with, "Oh, did I ever tell you about the time that the Klan burned a cross on my grandfather's lawn?"
Yeah, oh Lord.
And that's like, when I realized, I put it together later, it's like, oh, I know that house. That's the house Uncle Fred and Aunt Gigi lived in until they died. And it's like, so I have played in a yard that 60, 70 years before or whatever.
The Klan burned a cross.
That the Klan burned a cross
so
there.
Frightening.
But it's also, to me, it's like a badge of fucking honor that it's like, we're my family is white as fuck, but the Klan don't like us. So we're doing something right.
Thing. And then, in my last comment about this topic is last year, I don't remember the context, but I was, perusing music stuff online as I do, right? Uh-huh. And there was this stupid, 20-year-old fucking cunt who was writing about goddamn Coachella.
Oh, God.
And this bitch, I remember she said, "I just wish that anybody over 30 would realize they are not welcome at music festivals. These old people may think they are living their best lives, but they're really just bringing the vibe down, and I cannot enjoy myself to see old people dancing.
Does she... has she ever looked up the ages of the musicians that she likes? Because I guarantee you a lot of them are in their 30s.
I remember I responded to that. And I was like, bitch, you realize that probably every band you're seeing is in their 30s and 40s. I am sure.
Yeah. If they've been in the business long enough to... be in the business.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're fucking Justin Bieber, but that, whatever. But, yeah, but she was
yeah, but he's probably 40 by now.
Yeah, but she was like, you may think you're living your best life, but you're just bringing the vibe down.
Well, and I wish they'd all stay home so that we can, go places and not have to put up with their stupid asses.
Oh, I mean, I would.
This is why I don't leave my house.
There is no fucking way I would ever be caught dead at Coachella anyway.
Oh, fucking... Oh, God.
Oh, how gross.
Oh, those...
Anyway.
Oh, those idiots.
Talk about, like, some straight white fucking propaganda. That's Coachella right there, right?
So gross.
Straight
so
white
gross.
rich propaganda. That's Coachella.
Yeah. Oh God, you don't go to Coachella unless you got money, because otherwise you can't afford to live like that. Oh, anyway.
But anyway, yeah. So.
But anyway.
But that bitch. Anyway.
Oh my God. I definitely have a very particular peeve. Weirdly, nothing to do with my age. But, and I know we both have peeves. Peeves! That we want to talk about. But I don't know. Do you want to do your peeve?
I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to do.
Oh my God. Okay, well, so does that mean I need to do mine?
Yes, do yours first, because
okay.
I'm trying to decide.
Okay. Well, I think this is something that everyone should be able to relate to. I made a screenshot fucking ages ago. God. Like last year sometime. Of a weird exchange between me and a company. So I had, you order something from a company online, and then you give them your email address and your phone number, and of course they're just constantly just spamming you with, hey, we got these in, it's like, hey, I bought some stuff for a present for someone, whatever. But this is like, I mean, I do really like this company. Their stuff is great. It's like tiki themed, but also nerdy tiki, and like some of it is kind of Disney tiki. It's hard to explain, but anyway, their stuff is beautiful. And I was just, I ordered some stuff last year, and then I was just getting way too many texts, and I'm like, I'm never gonna. It's like, if I want to buy something from them, I know where they are. They're not going to talk me into buying something. So when I got a text from them one day, I'm like, how do I unsubscribe from this? And I scrolled to the bottom of this big long message, and it said, reply, no tiki mugs, like one word, to stop mug info. So I replied, no tiki mugs. And then I got a text saying, confirmation required. Would you like to continue to receive messages about tiki mugs? Reply yes or no.
Oh my goodness.
So I said no. Thank you. If you answered no and you want to resubscribe, you will need to email blobbity 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 and request removal from no tiki mugs. It's like, I said what I said.
The no should have been the cutoff. That's it.
Yeah. I said no. Don't say anything else to me. I said no.
Oh,
God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
And it's been a big goal of mine lately to just unsubscribe to even like completely harmless, oh, whatever, because I can't find, say, the email that's important because I get 20,000 emails every day. And like, there's a dozen from each company. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, why? I mean, I get that they're trying to trick you into thinking that you unsubscribed and then they suddenly show up again. But motherfuck,
Oh, I understand.
This can't work. This constant just barraging you with, hey, you want to buy something? Hey, you want to buy something? It's like, dude, I mean, shit, I bought new glasses and I get like 5 texts a day from the company
I know.
that I got the glasses from.
I know.
But the thing is, the next time I need glasses, I will probably buy them from them. So I don't want to completely lose contact with the company.
But yeah,
I do want
but
to
you
remember.
also don't want. Oh, I know. I totally understand.
It's kind of like you buy a toaster and then the algorithm is like, hey, you want to buy a toaster? It's like, I literally just bought one. You're only pestering me because I bought one. It's like you're talking me into buying something else. Like, why are you,
I know.
asking me to keep buying the same item over and over again? You complete and utter assholes. Anyway, that's my piece.
Yeah, so mine is... Okay, so you know First Street,
Yes.
right along my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
It's busy. It's a lot of major cross streets that go all the way across town, cross First Street, right?
Sure. I mean,
But,
that's kind of what a First Street is.
But what drives me fucking insane, the goddamn stoplights. So say I will be at First and Rosemary to turn into my neighborhood coming home from work.
Okay. Pardon me, I'm taking a sip of beverage.
The interminable wait for the cross light to turn red. And then the other way. But anyway, what all the lights on First Street do, and I've timed it, there is a 20-second delay where all 4 lights are red. And that drives me fucking insane. Like,
there's not like a turn lane.
It's the middle of the night. Nobody is on the road. I want to turn left. Oh, yeah, no, there is a turn light.
Okay.
But all lights are red for 20 seconds at every single one of those intersections on First Street.
Oh, God.
It drives me fucking nuts.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I can't... The only thing I could think of, and the only reason why I can is because, what was it, last year? Or no, the year before. The last time I was out there visiting you. And because I got to drive through there so much because of where my, my hotel was from the previous year.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I know my way around that part of town in a way that I never did when I lived there. I remember it took me a while to get used to the idea of, because San Jose has actual light rail, which is what Austin wants to, they've been talking for 30 years about, we really should have it. Let's do a bond election. Let's do this. And we all do it. And then they finally give us some, and it goes from nowhere to nowhere.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the light rail in Austin is such a joke. Yeah.
It doesn't even go to the airport. I mean... It's like, what is the point of it? And they were only going to use existing tracks. And it's like, well, if you're using existing tracks, then they don't go anywhere in town. God damn it. Anyway, but that was one of the things that at some lights, like cars going in every direction have to stop because there's a train going by. But what you're talking about isn't that, because if it was true, there'd be a train.
Oh, yeah. It drives me insane. And it's just like, oh my God, like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, I would be like going to city council meetings and being like, somebody fix that goddamn intersection.
It's not like I'm by Valley Fair Mall or something where this is like a heavily trafficked area. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you've gone from the trafficked areas into the residential
Into
areas.
basically the suburbs where I live. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my peeve. Is goddamn red lights that last too long for no
Fix
reason.
that goddamn intersection.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you listen.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchen Boutique sticker. Everyone loves stickers.
Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at PitneyAndAmelia@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you. Well, isn't that part of wasn't the red light issue for many years, wasn't that part of the religion you were going to start?
Yeah, it was the red light issue that started the philosophy of the arrogance of inanimate objects.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Just because they're inanimate doesn't mean that they're not assholes on purpose.
And that, then that was paired with the arrogance of nature.
Of course.
I remember I used to drive Verity Noslin crazy when I was hot-headed and young. Well, I'm still hot-headed. I just control it now. Yes. But I remember we'd be
because we're older and wiser and we have more insurance and we know how to regulate our emotions.
So let's say we would be at like El Camino in Homestead.
Oh my God.
And I would stick my head out the window and I'd be like, turn green! God damn it! Turn green! And poor Verity was so horrified.
Oh my God.
But that was the root of the philosophy of the arrogance of inanimate objects. Yes.
And those goddamn inanimate objects continue to be arrogant. Who the fuck do those lights think they are?
That is just, philosophies, two philosophies under the main title of the Church of the Manipulation of God. Oh, I had it all worked out. But anyway.
I've always said that, that if anyone could be a great cult leader, it would be Pitney.
No, you never know.